'Di ba? Minsan may ganyan na behavior na pinagdidiwang mo ang mga nangyayari sa ibang tao na masama kasi parang sila rin pala parang kami, normal rin pala yung nangyayari yung ganyan.
The Pod Network Entertainment.
Hello and welcome to a scandalizing edition of Best 10 Bets. Ako po si Butch Francisco.
And I'm
with
Leo
me,
Katigbak.
who is already scandalized.
Oh, I'm very scandalized with Butch Francisco. So, I'm hoping lang na hindi dadating yung panahon na biglang kami ni Butch ay mapapasok rin sa listahan na to.
Be careful what you wish for.
I'm not wishing. I am wishing nga na hindi tayo ever malagay dito.
Usually, yun ang nakukuha mo yung kung ano yung ayaw mo, di ba?
Okay.
Of all time to, ha?
Oo.
Top 10 scandals. Okay.
Ito listahan ho to primarily ni Butch kasi inaamin ko naman ho na when it comes to these kinds of subject matter, si Butch naman talaga ang authority.
Ang eskandaloso. Parang ganun gusto mo sa
Hindi,
palabasin.
authority. Tingnan mo, ikaw, I am already lifting you up, you put yourself down. Kaya ang sa akin, never tayo magkaka-feud kasi I'm always here to support you
Okay, let's start sa number 10.
Okay.
Ito yung the Itbulaga scandal kasi ang daming offshoot ng kung ano-ano nangyari.
Naging masilimuot ang ownership ng Itbulaga at kung kanino ba talaga ang pag-aari ng pangalan, ng konsepto, so on and so forth.
Basta't ito kasi
Ito
this change pero alam mo importanteng event ito the biggest event of 2023 sa entertainment.
No, because
this changed the landscape of
noontime.
Philippine television, particularly noontime. This was a ticking bomb waiting to explode.
Okay.
Kasi si Romy Haloshos, ewan ko kung nag-abot kayo sa ABS-CBN.
Ni Romy Haloshos?
Oo.
Well, I was...
nandun siya noong 1965 to 1972.
Sobra ka naman, lol.
What?
Diyos ko, nasa probinsya pa lang ako. 1965, wala pa ako 1-year-old noon. Ano ka ba? Alam mo, ang mga magulang ko, ine-encourage naman yung katalinuhan ko. Pero parang feeling ko, child abuse naman ata yun. Kung yung mga panahon na yan, nagtatrabaho na ako, ikaw naman minsan,
child wonder, di ba?
Alam mo, hindi pa nga ako nakakapagsalita. Gumagapang pa lang ako noon.
Si Romy Haloshos talaga, brilliant salesman.
I actually never met him.
I
only heard of him, but I never met him.
Lahat na ibebenta niya. Talagang galing ang Mindanao. Tapos,
pati purit dangal mo, kaya niyang ibenta?
Oo.
Okay.
Romy Haloshos nga, kinuha ng ABS-CBN niya from Mindanao kasi nga brilliant.
Okay.
So, pagkatapos, kaya lang, nag-change ang dynamics. So, nag-martial law, nasara ng ABS-CBN. So, he put up his own. Una, nagkaroon siya ng production, PPI, production specialist. And they were producing the PBA, Binibining Pilipinas.
Yeah, nakikita ko yung PPI na yan sa credits dati.
Tapos, Miss Young International, ginawa nila yan. Tapos, until para maging sustainable yung company, they needed a noontime show.
Okay.
So yung Itbulaga nga ang tinayo nila, ang host, siyempre, nahirapan sila kasi pinirate nila yung TVJ from GMA. So pero 2 years na hindi kumikita talaga ang Itbulaga. So nagtiyaga ang mga TVJ at saka ibang cast members, pati sila Chicky Holman, na hindi sumasweldo.
Kasi yan ang pinantapat sa student canteen na namamayagpag noon.
Tapos
ni Bobby Ledesma, Eddie Ilarde at saka ni
another big showbiz issue na gusto ko sana italakay dito one of these days, yung pag-transfer ni Connie Reyes sa Itbulaga because doon, at saka nag-domsat nun doon talagang bumulusok ang ratings talaga ng Itbulaga.
At saka doon nabuo yung kantang isang yung team song ng Itbulaga.
Wag na.
Wala, hindi ko naman kinanta at saka pag kinanta ko, hindi naman nila marirecognize. So anyway.
Okay. Tapos, nagreklamo si Romy Haloshos na parang nireklamo yung nakailam na bigla yung Haloshos family.
Okay.
Kasi all those years, nakikita lang nila si Mr. Haloshos sa mga Christmas party or anniversary. Pero nung it came to a point na sabi nila, sige, it's about time na mag-take over na ang mga Haloshos kids. Kasi
next generation.
Oo. Kasi talaga naman, all those decades, si Tony Tuviera ang nagpatakbo.
Okay.
actually kasi retirable naman si si Mr. Tuviera na that time.
Yes.
So the
Si
takeover
Mr. T.
takeover na sila ang mga Halosos children.
Mm-mm.
Nagkaroon ng disgusto kasi parang natataasan si Mr. Halosos sa sweldo ni Vic and Joey. Not more Tito because lagi naman siyang nasa Senado that time. So ang sweldo ni Vic and Joey sige, sabihin natin 2 million a month.
Wow.
Pero kasi tandaan mo naman, ang tagal nagsakripisyo nito mga ito na pumapasok na walang sweldo. So parang kumbaga kabayaran.
Hinabol sila ng BIR kung may kasalanan
Pero
yan,
hindi.
ah.
No, hindi sila habulin ng BIR because they will always be the first to file their income tax. January pa lang, 'di ba? April 'di ba ang January pa lang nagfa-file na sila. So hindi sila pwedeng butasan doon kasi malinis ang kanilang record. Okay. Mr. Halosos also complained of the fact na parang biyahe sila ng biyahe. So kumbaga ang daming company expenses. So siyempre nagkapiko na at saka yung the fact na may takeover na yung the owners. Siyempre pag may mga changes, may mga papalag na yan. So, di ba, nagkagulo na nga. Gustong palitan, gusto ipasok sila Wally, at saka yung sila Jose. So, pagkatapos, at saka si Alan Kay. Tapos, si TVJ, parang magiging, parang every other day. Parang i-minimize na yung kanilang exposure. So, doon nga nag-umpisa yung disgusto until umalis na sila, tapos yung Itbulaga name ang pinag-awayan. So nag-umpisa yung gulo, kaya sabi siya sanga-sanga kasi nagalit yung ibang mga netizens, yung mga TVJ fans sa GMA kasi kumbaga ang pinaiwan yung Halosos group. So kaya nga nagbitbit sila ng mga bagong hosts, sila Paolo Conti, sila Betong Sumaya, tapos si Buboy Villar, tapos eventually si Isko Moreno, pinasok nila. Scandalous kasi pati yung mga taong walang kinalaman na gusto lang maghanap buhay, kagaya halimbawa ni Paolo Contis, nakaladkad ang pangalan. Parang yung tao gusto lang naman maghanap buhay. This was the time nagkakaroon ng personal issue si Paolo Contis sa kanyang mga love life. So, actually, kawawa yung mga ipinalit. Tapos, kung ano-anong batuhan ng mga akusasyon. Tapos, until finally, hindi nagkortihan na, pinag-aawayan yung merchandise, na license, pinag-aawayan yung title.
Pero can I just add
Sure.
that I think for people who were watching or observing the case, rin siya eh. This wasn't purely a showbiz issue eh. A lot of the details that came out was also the legal side of it, intellectual property and whatever. So, I think that's why naging interesado ang maraming mga tao dito. Kasi iba yung pinag-aawayan mo lang halimbawa yung programa, pero biglang papasok na yung copyright and intellectual
hindi sila
property.
doon interesado.
No, what I was saying
Although isa yung kagandahang lumabas kasi mas naintindihan ng publiko.
Kasi katulad yung sa akin, the issue on the show itself, I really didn't care about. But the issue on the legalities of it were the ones that hooked me. And I'm sure there were other people who normally would not follow showbiz news or showbiz intrigue. Pero because may mga ganun nang pumasok, then napick na yung curiosity nila.
Una, you cannot ignore them because it was all over the place that time.
Oo. Sinasabi ko lang, that was the part of it that held my interest. Because otherwise, the scandal itself didn't really matter to me.
So, pero isang kaganda.
Kasi naman kami, Showtime yung pinapanood ko. So, it didn't really matter to me what was going on with Itbulaga. Showtime was the one that was of interest to me.
Actually, lagi akong guest dyan sa Itbulaga nun kasi nga eh. Akalain mo ba naman, dahil sa mga, kasi nangyari nga yung Itbulaga, kasi nga nawala nga sa Channel 7 yung title Itbulaga napunta sa, nadala nila Tito Vic and Joey because yung court ruling nga. So, kailangan nila magpalit ang title, yung tahanang pinakamasaya. Nung mag-ending na, pinagloroan na naman ng mga netizens sa tahanang pinasara. Lahat ng meanest na things that can happen lumabas dito sa scandal na to. So tapos, ang kagandahan lang, akalain ba namang parang all of a sudden, ang kalabang Showtime ay nasa GMA. Di ba? Parang naging culmination na parang naging marriage between
Oh, pero-
GMA tsaka
Pero hindi naman
ABS-CBN.
hindi naman unprecedented 'yon because Showtime was already airing in the secondary channel of yung
Yeah,
dating news
yeah,
channel nila.
pero-
So it had paved the way also
Oo,
for
pero
ano.
hindi mo imagine, yung mismong main channel mo, nandun yung dating kalab. Well, nangyari na rin naman nung araw yun kasi remember, ang Itbulaga was airing on ABS-CBN, tapos
Biglang napunta.
biglang napunta ng GMA.
Ah.
Pero ito talaga, pag-aari pa rin kumbaga, talagang tahanan pa rin ng GMA, nagpapasok ng dating kalaban. Eh, di ba may kasabihan nga sa showbiz yung, eto ha, you can never can tell. Okay. Mga bata, maliho yung grammar na yun, ha? Pero yun ang kasabihan, that's what we love saying, you can never can tell. Ayun, okay. Number 9, front page news in 1989. Hindi tabloids, ha? We're talking of yung mga leading dailies, yung mga Philippine Star. Talaga naka-page 1. Ang malungkot dito, syempre, si Mang Dolphy was persecuted. Parang pinakamasamang tao siya at that time, ha?
And I think the sad part about it also is because both Jaja and Dolphy opted to keep quiet naman eh.
Yeah.
So it made for a very very lopsided coverage of the whole situation.
Tapos pati yung mga at yung mga comments, yung mga opinions, yung mga criticism, hindi lang sa mga entertainment writers ang gagaling, dun mismo sa mga legitimate opinion makers sa mga leading dailies.
Mahilig mag-opinion kahit hindi na nila dapat ino-opinionan.
Well, kasi because si Dolphy naman kasi was the Dolphy.
The king of
ayun,
comedy.
Tapos merong, mo bang, ang unang kung dinala nung pagbalik from America ni Dolphy tsaka ni Shasha, alam mo kung saan dinala? Sa
Bahay mo?
malapit. Alam mo yung Maranao Street? Alam mo yun? Nandoon.
Okay.
alam niyo lang kung saan yung Maranao Street na yun. So, pero doon ko talaga nakikita talaga sila Christopher Min, nakikita sa gate ng subdivision. Ako naman, as usual, I would keep quiet naman yung mga ganun eh. So, pero na mga nakaabang sila, talagang, siyempre si Christy naman talaga dedicated to her journalistic profession talagang, talagang kinakarir niya talaga yun. So, parang, sabi ko, yun na lang mabuti lang, hindi ako nakikita palabas. Kasi ang sasakyan may tint na eh. So, pero doon, may mga nagbabantay sa labas ng subdivision.
Kung alam lang nila na dapat ang binantayan nila sasakyan ni Butch Francisco.
At sumakay sila sa akin. Again, you cannot put a good man down kasi although nagkaroon ng career setback talaga si Dolphy.
Oh yeah, but
Diba?
I think that's why
Haba nun.
that's why I think Dolphy has always been very very thankful sa ABS-CBN. Kasi kahit naman ng sinasabi niya dati nung halimbawa medyo nahihirapan siya sa movies, ABS-CBN gave him a way into to television. This was pre-martial law. Pagkatapos nung after nga the Great Escape, dumating ang Home Along the Riles.
But that was after what na 90, 91, 92, 4 years pa.
Oh, yeah. Pero kumbaga, when he came back, people were still saying that Dolphy's not never going to be able to come back and whatever. But then when he had Home Along the Riles with ABS, he met with sina Charo and sina Freddy Garcia and they really put their faith in Dolphy. I mean, Home Along naman premiered number 3, number 2, number 1.
At saka nagtagal.
Oo.
Kumbaga dyan na nagdalaga si Claudine Barreto.
Oo.
Diba? So, again,
tapos yung love team nila ni Tita Nova na si Ason.
Okay. Kung ngayon nangyari to, ito yung biggest story of the year ngayon.
I would think so.
Which was siya ang biggest story of 1989.
I would think so.
Okay, at number 8, naalala mo to.
Yan naman natatanda ko. Ikaw magkwento siya, hindi ako magko-comment siya. Ganito lang, gusto ko lang hong sabihin na pag ito hong show na to ay nagkameron na ng injunction at naipasara, si Butch Francisco ang may alam ng mga kwento tungkol dyan.
Parang laughing matter lang to sa entertainment circles ng araw eh. Kasi there was a time na nagpapadala ng mga babae,
Entertainers
sa Brunei. Pagkatapos, siyempre mas mabenta yung mga artista kasi may pangalan. Tapos meron pang pinaglaruan yung isang show about this actress na pinapunta ng Brunei pero pinabalik kasi napagkamalang lalaki kasi may bigote daw.
Sino?
Eto na, tapos gumawa pa ng video. Gumawa pa ng...
Sino?
Ayoko nga.
Ay, hindi ko alam. Oh,
So,
I am asking what the audience is asking. Oh.
Hindi, Pepe. Kasasabi mo lang may injunction eh. Pagkatapos bigla magsisino-sino ka ngayon. Alam mo yung kanta yung Hukilaw. Yung the Hawaiian song, hindi ko pwedeng kantahin because 1948 song lang ito eh. So, hindi ko alam kung ano to. Baka hindi pa ito public domain. Kung tawagin, Brunayukilay, Brunayuki. Kinakanta ko na eh. Sandali.
Buti na lang hindi maganda yung boses ni Butch. Hindi ma-identify yung kanta. Hindi mo masasabing
Hindi.
copyright
No.
infringement.
Hindi kasi ayoko ngang kantahin. Kasi nga, madadali tayo.
I-recite mo na lang.
I-recite ko na. Kung tawagin,
Mm.
Brunayuki Lai. Brunayuki Lai. May bigote, Brunayuki Lai. Brunayuki Lai. Ayun.
Ang masasabi ko lang, ngayon ko lang napakinig yung kanta na yan. So, hindi ako aware nung... ngayon ko lang napakinig yung kanta na yan.
Ikaw ba talaga? Parang Lipa was a very, very advanced city. But parang ang dami mong
Hindi naman ako mahilig sa
Hukilaw.
Oh, hindi. Ang sinasabi ko, yung kanta, hindi ko napakinig.
Oo, kasi nga video lang to na ginawa ng isang showbiz talk show.
Okay.
Pagkatapos,
Yung showbiz talk show mo?
Oo.
Okay.
Tapos, ito, again, from laro-laro lang sa entertainment, nagpatawag ng Senate hearing.
Naku.
Ito. At nasampi na ako.
Oh.
Pati ako nasa Senado. Sabi ko, mali ko dyan. And then, eventually naman, as all things go, nawala din. Yung nawala din yung
Intriga
issue.
nun.
Yung Brunayuki, parang wala naman napatunayan. Tsaka ang feeling ko naman, ano naman sama nun? Hindi mo rin naman alam kung ano ginagawa ng mga nagpupuntang entertainers doon. Kung pwedeng tagapalakpak lang sila.
Hindi, actually nilagyan lang kasi rin naman ng mali siya yan eh.
Oo nga eh.
Kasi even when you say Japayuki,
Oo.
at its core naman the word, it's really
Okay.
an entertainer eh.
No. In fact, okay. Ito ang Japayuki ang ibig sabihin, somebody who works in Japan, pwede kang tubero, pwede kang electrician. Pero ang tawag sa'yo, strictly speaking, Japayuki. Yun, hindi
Automatic na entertainer.
Oo.
Okay.
So, yun. So, yung I guess, yung mga na-involve dyan sa Brunei scandal na yan,
Tulad nino.
yung may bigote nga.
Okay.
So,
Magaling magaling umiwas. Okay.
kasi hindi mo rin talaga.
Iwas sa pina.
Pwedeng nandun lang naman sila at pwedeng decorative. Yung gano'n, di ba? Meron kasi, di ba, may mga parties naman talaga, you invite really beautiful women kasi para for your guest, para at least maganda yung mga surroundings mo. I mean, it's sexist as it may sound, pero these things happen among
But in
the
the same,
rich.
in the same way naman, that's why you feel your part, lalo na if it's a high profile party. Hindi naman pwedeng puro aging politicians yun. That's why you have good-looking models there also. Because magpakatotoo ka na rin. It's really eye candy also.
Number 7, yung the Jojo Veloso video scandals.
Yes.
Well, of course, ang naging mukha nito, unfortunately, isang napakabuting tao naman si Hans Montenegro.
Yeah.
Yun. So, ito yung mga, kasi may talent modeling agency si Jojo Veloso. So, supposedly, yung nabibideo at kung ano-ano yung mga nabibideo na wag na natin pag-usapan dito dahil may mga batang nanonood. Eventually, naka-move on si Jojo. Run for public office, won. Tapos, nung huli kami nag-usap, tinanong ko siya tungkol doon. Sabi niya, bakit? May nagdemanda ba? So anyway, at number 6, Vuong Navarro case. Kahit na recent yung yung resolution nito, pero when this was happening, kawawa si Vuong, di ba?
No, I think kawawa si Mom, but I think it was also harder on the children. Because however you admit it, a lot of the people na nagmamarites at nagko-comment, wala naman, ang gusto lang naman nila makapagsabi sila ng opinion eh. But they don't have any concerns about how it would impact the kids of Vong.
Yeah.
That's why I really felt bad for them eh. Na parang, aminin mo na rin, ang pinakamasakit manukso, karamihan bata. Kaya maraming nabubuli sa school eh.
Some children can be mean.
Talaga.
Di ba?
Kaya
Oo.
naman pa kahit 'di ba pag sinasabi mo nga ng mga mean girls, yung may mean girls naman yan usually sa school yan.
At the time it was happening, it was a very, very messy case.
Yes.
Na I remember kami ni Heart Evangelista, we were interviewing si Denise Cornejo. A lot of memes came out of that. Yung Kuya Vong. Ano pa yan? Naka-upload pa yan ngayon. So, parang in that time, lahat biktima.
Yeah.
That time
Yeah.
Oo. Pero ngayon, nagkaroon ng resolution and alam na natin kung ano nangyari. So, tapos na siya. Okay, but again, it's a landmark case sa in the history of jurisprudence and siyempre sa entertainment. At number 5, ito mapapagod ako dito.
Oo naman. Oo.
Okay. So si Chris Aquino, got romantically involved. First with si Philip Salvador. When it happened 94, 95 kasi 95 she gave birth na talaga to Joshua Philip. Naawa na rin ako kay Chris that time. Kasi tinatawag siyang devil incarnate. Na parang OCD Doswell. Parang marami na namang gumawang prior to her, marami nang gumawa nun. Marami nang nangyaring ganon. And she was in love. Ako talaga, yun talaga, talagang my heart bled for her. Kasi I thought she was being treated really unfairly.
But you have to admit naman also that we're also a very judgmental society.
We are.
So lalo na whether it's in the form of religion or political belief or whatnot, parang in a way maybe they saw Chris as being overly liberated. But sometimes rin kasi it depends also on how you rub people. Merong mga tao na, for example, they do certain things and they could be vilified and whatnot. Pero may iba, lalo na kung maganda yung relationship nila with, say, the public. The public can be more forgiving or at least quieter. It was also reaching a point naman kasi na parang, di ba, Chris was like a car accident. Whether people liked her or not, they couldn't take their eyes off whatever situation she was in. And they relished commenting on the kinds of misfortune that she had.
Because she's Chris Aquino.
And I think sometimes rin kasi, that's why I guess sometimes your celebrity status, you kind of have to think about it also. You have to be careful about it. Kasi if you also rub people the wrong way, it's so easy for the people who used to like you to turn against you.
I was very, very sympathetic toward her.
I felt bad for her.
At bumilib talaga ako sa kanya because throughout it all, she was able to, she survived. And she put on a brave face.
But remember, that was also one of the things that people would say, na parang if Chris were to run for public office, wala kang maipupukul sa kanya. Because
kasi
her life...
nilabasan niya lahat.
Oo. Parang kumbaga, even before people would gossip about her, she would preempt it already. But then, again, some people relished also her misfortunes.
Meron siyang anak na talagang minahal naman niya talaga. Yung, di ba, again, yung sinabi nga niya na doon niya na-realize na pagka yung kaharap mo yung anak mo at naamoy yung hininga ng anak mo, parang yun ang parang hindi mo matatawaran yung pakiramdam na gano'n.
Tama.
Oo. So, okay. And then, of course, after that, siyempre natapos, nagkaroon ng the Joey Chris Aquino thing. Ito talaga, this was really a huge scandal. Pero, alam mo, ito yung nag-TV Patrol interview siya na 6:30 natapos 8:30, close to 9. Pagkatapos,
na walang bumitiw.
Oo. Ako no, para mabahala kayo sa yung mga ka-meeting ko, bahala kayo, I am watching this. Pero dito, ma-realize mo rin naman na kahit pa paano, nakapagtanim din si Chris ng magandang goodwill sa media because meron din mga really personal things na foul na talaga na that were just kept hidden. Hindi na nailabas lahat yung nitty-gritty. Kung ano lang yung sinabi niya, Yun lang alam ng ano to. Pero may mga bagay pa rin na mga inside stories na kumbaga, nirespeto na lang namin. Kaya lang, that time, syempre, ang underdog was Alma Moreno. Kasi siya yung nawalan that time. So, but eventually, like anything else, lumipas until she married
James
Yap. By that time, pagod din tao. Sige na nga, okay. So, kinasal. Nagkaroon ng tapos, di ba nagkaroon pa ng problema yung kay Hope Centeno? Yung that time, another big issue na naman. Pagkatapos naghiwalay, di sige. Ayun, yun na yun. Kinikwento ko pa lang, napapagod na ako.
Well, let's put it this way.
Sige.
At the end of the day, when she puts out her memoirs, Chris Aquino would have lived one of the most colorful love lives. That's probably going to be up there with the Elizabeth Taylors and all of the others who had very interesting personal relationships.
Hindi, ito nga, nakakatawa. Si Maria Isabel Lopez had an interview recently. Pagkatapos niya, gusto niyang gumawa ng book. Kaya lang, so what's stopping her? Hinihintay pa niya mategi lahat daw ng mga people involved.
I could imagine that also.
So, ayun.
Parents, this is your cheat code to understanding your gamer kid. This is Keri Kita, Guide for Non-Gamer Parents. I'm Ray.
And I'm Joey. Hardcore gamers, hardcore parents. Let's learn from each other. Dito,
Keri Kita.
At number 4, yung Hidden Ko video scandals. Actually, December 2008 pa lang, alam na namin to na may ganyan. Pero it took half a year para finally mag-leak. Yun. Tapos, siyempre, involved na siyempre sila Katrina Halili. And, sige, wag natin banggitin. Pero, ito yung, again, nag-Senate hearing, nabuhusan ng tubig si Hayden, natanggalan ng lisensya, tapos naibalik din naman eventually. Ang ano lang dito, unresolved kasi to this day, parang alam ko, walang nakakaalam kung paano nag-leak yung video. Kaya nga talaga yung ngayon, ito again, like while we're doing this episode, may mga in the news tayong mga artistang mga lalaki ngayon na may mga video scandals na naglalabasan. So, kaya nga,
pero alam mo, ngayon rin, I guess, nagbago na rin ang panahon. Kasi, when this came out, it was also the start of social media. Pero now, at saka dati, pag halimbawa, somebody posts a picture of themselves in a bathing suit, people would react, ano ba yan? Ngayon, basically, lahat ng kabataan, lahat ng ginagawa nila, nasa beach, they already posted there. So, in fact, parang the video scandals are a dime a dozen. Kaya, ang bilis mawala sa news cycle. Kasi, parang kumbaga, okay, been there, done that, seen that, okay, let's move on. Hindi katulad nung, I guess, nung time na lumabas ito, and some other scandals at that time, talaga nakapuntirya lahat. Tapos, everybody was making judgments and whatever. And now, there's just so many of them na parang, okay, papalampasin na lang.
Hindi, ang mga kasabay nito, sumalangit na ba, video scandal mahal. Hindi,
Actually, may mga alam pa, pero hindi na ako magko-comment, okay?
Oo, yun. I saw it out of curiosity, pero I promised myself not to look at it again.
I actually never watched it.
Lalo
na
kay mahal?
I know, pag mga ganyan, parang ang feeling ko, wala, hindi naman gagandang buhay ko pag napanood ko yun.
Ito talaga, because I know the people involved, kaya hindi
plus yun,
ako nanonood.
parang feeling ko, it's also out of respect. Kilala ko sila so, why not?
Yeah.
I don't need to see it.
So, okay.
So, pag nagka-video scandal ka, Butch, trust na hindi ko papanoorin.
Sa edit kong to, wala nang manonood. Dapat may kasamang sila, yung airbag. yung vomit bag sa aeroplano.
Para sa aeroplano, okay.
Number 3, ito. Again, I apologize. But then, the thing is, hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin namamatay itong isyong to sa social media. Kapag meron nagkaroong gulo involving TVJ, ungkat ito. The Pepsi Paloma case.
Actually, that's the problem nga with the internet. the moment it's uploaded, it will never die. So in fact, maswerte kayo kung halimbawa meron kayong scandal
Pero-
na hindi maa-upload sa internet kasi forever na lang siyang haka-haka.
Pero the
All
thing
it takes is one video that goes up.
Wala pang internet when this happened.
No. What I'm saying nga is, yung ngayon kasi, kaya rin siya nauungkat kasi may gagawa ng storya at lalabas siya at naka-upload sa internet. Even if, say, original materials are no longer there. Ang inaano mo na lang dyan is kung wala nang makakapagsalita about it, that's when it really dies.
Kahit yung mga hindi involved, nag-suffer. Everybody was a victim kasi, halimbawa, si Tito Soto was accused na inaareglo. So ngayon, tuwing may issue sa kanya sa politika, so uungkatin. Pero wala naman siya talaga dun. Nananahimik siya. When this supposedly happened, tapos, and then si Dina Bonnevie was still married to Vic Soto that time. And then, the way she described it, ting matutulog sila, parang there was this sort of Damocles
Sword.
hanging over them na gano'n. So, pati si Dina nag-suffer that time kasi husband mo ang involved. One day, nabasa na lang lumabas sa tabloid na all's well that ends well. Nasa picture na magkakasama na silang lahat sa isang photo op na nagkasundo-sundo na. So parang, pero kasi lumapit si Enrile yata, lumapit. Tapos event na kapatawaran, pero siyempre hindi pa rin matatapos yung issue doon. And then si Pepsi Paloma killed herself in 1985. May kwento nung nauso-uso na yung mga nag-Christian na yung mga celebrities. Si Guada Guarin who was involved in the
Tagal
case.
ko na hindi napapakinig yung pangalan na yan.
Okay. Went to, of course, alam mo itong pangalan to, si Mary Tagasa, si Miss Tapia. Kasi who was also nag-Christian at that time, gusto niyang gawing parang mediator si Miss Tapia to be able to talk to Vic Soto para mag-apologize. Kasi ang sabi ni Guada Guarin parang it was just staged. Kasi parang sumikat sila, well, by the late Rey de la Cruz, who suffered a very tragic death. Kasi nabaril siya sa gitna ng Quiapo. Tumakbo naman siya for politics at that time eh. So, kaya lang, ayaw na ni Vic na makapag-usap. Yun ang nakarating na kwento sa akin. Parang sa kanya, must have hurt him so much and traumatized him na parang ayaw na niya balikan yung incident na yun.
But that's understandable. It was a horrible period in their life. And the thing is, a lot of people who didn't really know what happened kept contributing na parang with a certain level of authority na may kakilala ako na ganito, na nagsabi ng ganito. Kaya naman gumulo yan eh.
Pero recently, si Koha Nicolas din nagsalita na parang that time, roommate sila or housemate sila ni Pepsi Paloma, parang ang nila, parang ang claim ni Koha Nicolas, one of the soft drink beauties, parang ito siya stage, yung ganon. Pero the thing there is, unfair kung sa mga hindi totoo, unfair din sa mga napagbintangan. Kung totoo, unfair naman doon sa totoong biktima. Kasi basta ito yun na nga hindi mo pa rin alam, pero too bad the internet happened and mape-perpetuate ito forever.
And then when you think about it, itong mga skandalo na to, nangyari to at a time na wala pang internet. Sobrang lala na nga siya lumabas nun. Can you just imagine now where everybody can jump in and have their own opinion just for the sake of having their own opinion?
Di ba si Ellie Buendia nga, di ba, was accused of using it sa kanyang kanta, pero which he denied. Yun. Sad, but these things happen in a society like ours. Number 2, the Barreto family scandals.
Wala plural Okay.
Hindi kasi di ba nagkaroon the late tragic passing of Rico yan. Nagkaroon ng scandal doon. Nagkaroon ng Montulfo doon sa airport. Nagkaroon naman doon. Tapos syempre, nothing will top yung yung away-away dun sa wake nung their late father. Very uncomfortable ako talking about this kasi this is a sensitive family matter na kaya lang kasi ito yung topic para naman magrambulan kayo sa harap ng President of the Republic of the Philippines. Iba magkakabati na, iba hindi pa din, pero getting there, nagkakabati-bati na rin. Parang konting hilot na lang, magiging okay na sila. Kaya siguro nagkaka-interest din ng mga tao kasi these are among the loveliest women in show business.
Hindi, tsaka alam mo yung iba dyan, vicarious yan eh. Parang sometimes you relish the misfortunes of other people because it makes your life a little less or a little more bearable. Di ba? Minsan may ganyan na behavior eh. Na pinagdidiwang mo ang mga nangyayari sa ibang tao na masama kasi parang, sila rin pala, parang kami, normal rin pala yung nangyayari yung ganyan. Or mas malala pala yung sa kanila kaysa yung sa amin.
Pero alam mo, this was such a big issue that time na.
Yeah.
Alam mo yung KMJS, Kapuso Mo Jessica Soho, it so happened na si Jessica Soho was abroad when this happened. They had to bring me in para gumawa ng...
So naging kapuso mo, Butch Francisco?
Hindi, for that segment lang.
Okay,
for that segment. So, kailangan talakayin ito for one segment. So, parang...
Na-imagine ko bigla yung logo ng kapuso mo, Jessica Soho, tapos si Butch Francisco yung nandun.
So, okay. Yun ang scandal. Nangyari to because sa history ng Philippine entertainment, baka wala nang mas makulay pa sa Barreto Clan. Agree?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. And my number one, Take It, Take It.
Si Viveka Babaji.
Among others. Among so many others. Ito, alam mo, looking back, 30 years later, nag-ugat ito mula sa love.
Oo naman.
Love.
And actually, that's the tragic thing.
Oo. Ang love ng isang nanay-nanayan sa kanyang anak-anakan. Ito, syempre, we're referring to Lolit Solis tsaka si Gabby Concepcion na talagang favorite word niya talaga nung araw. Noong 1992, nagkaroon ng urian tapos nominated si Richard Gomez and Gabby Concepcion. But Richard was nominated sa lead actor. Si Gabby was for supporting. Hindi pinasipot ni Lolit. Because
ang feeling niya dapat lead.
hindi talaga lead yung role eh. Vilma Santos movie eh. So supporting talaga. So nanalo si Gabby, wasn't there. Kasi nga naman siguro in the mind of Lolit parang sa photo op magkatapos na nagpo-post with the pictures, lead si Richard Gomez tapos si Gabby support. Pero kaya lang kasi ito na yung time na alam mo naman umiikot ang gulong ng show business kahit ang buhay naman talaga, di ba? Dumating na si Richard Gomez, dumating na si Aga Mula. So syempre si Gabby who was ahead, syempre kahit magbibigay ka ng spasyo sa mga bagong dating, sa mga bagong sibol na mga pasikat kasi papik yung dalawa si Aga at saka si Richard eh. Of course 1992 nanalo na finally si Gabby naman ang best actor na niya. The year after that, eto lumalamlam na naman kasi nga pasukan na naman ng mga aside from Aga and Richard Gomez, may iba pang mga bagong muka na nagiging threat. So I think parang she had to do something. That happened to be the Manila Film Festival fiasco. Unfortunately dito, si Rupa Gutierrez acting damay lang eh.
Ako nga, sa totoo lang.
Damay lang talaga dito eh.
I actually remember watching that awards night and wondering why Rufa's facial reaction was like that. Tapos kasi pick up sa mic yung Take It ni Viveka eh.
Oo, tapos si Rocky naman parang inaantok na nga yung bata. Parang ba't ako nandito? So, he was probably doing it para sleepwalking kasi parang patulog na siya eh nung time na yun eh. Although
pumasok pa si Mayor Lim.
Si Mayor Lim, si Nanette Medved, damay. So, ang dami talagang damay dito. Tapos, syempre, sila Aiko Melendez who turned out the real winner, tsaka si Edo Manzano, damay din. Ang dami talagang ang gulo-gulo talaga nito. That ruined the career of Gabby.
Yeah.
But of course, naka-recover si Gabby decades later, nakabalik. And tapos, gumawa siya ng mga soap opera na successful din.
Parang feeling ko at any point, iiyak ka na eh. Parang ganun ka ka-affected sa mga issues na ikaw rin naman ang nagsabi.
No, because half a year before that, sa Metro Manila Film Festival, ako ang nakuyog. For something which I don't want to discuss here anyway. Napagbintangan lang ako. Na na kaya nga, nung nangyari itong Take It na to, ang unang tumawag sa akin si the late Deo Endrinal. Sabi niya, vindicated ka na. So, ayun. Kaya, yung mga film fest, iba, by the way, maraming tao nalilito. Iba po ang Metro Manila Film Festival sa Manila Film Festival. These are two different
Festivals.
Events. May maidadagdag ka pa ba sa mga scandals? Napagod ako doon. Kasi we went back several decades, 'di ba? I hope you were scandalized enough. Were you?
I was familiar with quite a few of them.
So did you
But I never had actual...
Did you instigate any of them?
Hindi.
Neither did I. Oo.
Nadadamay ka lang.
Oo. Hindi, ako, I mean, I'm really sorry dun sa mga, parang alam mo natin na iba dito, yung mga sugat na naghilom na, pero we had to rub it again with salt. Kaya lang kasi, if you go to the internet, these things are still there eh. And these things happened, and
sometimes it's also different when you just read about it as opposed to hear somebody talk about it.
yeah. And in most of these, I was there. So, kaya nga, ang aming mea culpa dun sa mga nananahimik na, pero kailangan maungkat ulit para again.
Nang inungkat ni Butch.
Oo. At the prodding of Leo Katigbak. Hindi, pero yun, pasensya na, but because, again, we may not have discussed this here, but it's there in cyberspace.
Yeah.
With that, maraming salamat for joining us. Ako po si Butch Francisco.
Bumaba ng energy ni Butch. At ako si Leo Katigbak. Sana po you will join us for future editions of Best 10 Bets.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Peace. At sa ating podcast, okay, ang mga hindi namin naisama, okay, naalala mo yung Andy Eigenman, Albi Casino, tapos si Jake Hershey issue,
Yes.
yung paternity case. Ayun, and that was, well, Albi Casino naman, wala man ako masyadong no love loss kasi may pagkasuplado itong batang to. Pero, nagsuffer siya dyan. Parang, in fact, to this day, parang hindi pa siya nakaka-move on. Hindi rin naman natin masisi because nakaladkad talaga unnecessarily ang pangalan niya. Di ba, in fact, when Jacqueline Jose passed, hindi siya nagpunta. Kasi parang, siguro naman, for good reason, di ba, piyapyesahan siya. Di ba?
Tama.
So, yun. Tapos, and then, Manny Pacquiao, and then, somebody close to my heart, si Krista Ranillo, nagkaroon din ng issue yan. Mabuti na lang si Krista now is I'm very very happy for her because she's happily married with 5 children.
Oh, that's good.
To and living a good life in Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
Napangasawa niya, childhood friend.
Okay.
So si Nino Lim, tapos meron silang chain of supermarkets. So very very quiet.
So, the
Hindi,
good life.
kasi alam mo, I knew this kid from babyhood. Decent, napaka-decenteng bata naman talaga nito, di ba? Nagtapos sa pag-aaral. Kaya lang kasi, there are things that happen na hindi mo maiwasan. And these things happen. And mercifully, tapos na.
Okay.
Yun. And sana, let there be no more scandals in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, kaya,
Behave ka, Butch, ha?
lalo na ikaw. Thank you for joining us again sa ating...
In the special extended edition for the podcast of Best 10 Bets.
Yes, ako po si Butch Francisco na hindi naman not exactly squeaky clean and with that slightly smeared reputation of Leo Katigbak.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.